Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. It's a pleasure for me to talk here. So it's first time when I'm doing it online. So I had a previous experience to participate in DevClub as a speaker, but I was participating as an iOS engineer. But yeah, today I will share my experience in building mobile development agency, and I don't know it's successful or not successful. So, but we are alive, we are growing. So, and I hope that some of our ideas and insights will help you to maybe make your own business or maybe help in other fields. So this kind of business may feel not sexy, so it's like outsourcing, so it's working for other companies and selling developers hours, but this business can be profitable from day one. So, and usually service companies, they don't die like startups, just like you have a chance 1% of 99. But yeah, so service business is like more stable in that case. So let's start with the introduction of myself. So my name is Igor. So I have 15 years experience in IT field and more than 5 years experience as an entrepreneur. So I'm co-founder of Chili Labs and Bookla. And previously, I was working as iOS developer and mobile team lead in multiple companies, from big ones, a bit small ones, finance, social networks, so different kind of companies. And I'm also the co-organizer of MDL and Product Design meetups. So yeah, please put a plus in the chat if you visited any of them. So would be nice to see if there are any people who visited it. Okay, so the main question, why an agency? So it's a story about two developers, iOS and Android, who was dreaming to try entrepreneurship and to feel the smell of freedom to do what you want, how you want, because we previously worked in big companies, and some of our ideas were not implemented, and we were quite upset about it. So that's why we decided to create an agency. So basically, we wanted to make more cool apps on the market, as the level of mobile apps in Latvia 5 years ago was really low, and we wanted to change it. Also, we wanted to share our knowledge, so with the world, with the new employees, and of course, buy a yacht someday. So yeah, we didn't buy a yacht yet, but we get a bunch of experience running an agency. So on the photo is Alex, is a co-founder of Chile. Yeah, so yeah, that's our first office. So it was like 20 square meters. So we started just two developers, and yeah, it was interesting time. So how to run an agency? So in the beginning, I was thinking that the hardest thing of running businesses is about taxes, about accountancy. So it's how to register a company. So it's so hard. But in reality, so it's not that hard. So, and you can hire outsource resources for the accountancy and for the legal stuff. So, and yeah. That's I will not stop on these points, as you can find a lot of information just in the internet. But I would stop on the main topic for the agency. So these are human resource, the people. So people are our fuel. So because outsourced business is based on people, it can scale only horizontally. So, and you are selling hours of developers, designers, project managers, QA engineers. And when you are a small company, it's hard to compete with big guys who are well known, for example, in Latvian market, like Evolution Gaming, Accenture, or any banks like Swedbank and other banks. And yeah, it's hard to compete with the salaries, and it's hard to compete when nobody knows you. And we were thinking what we can do to be more visible for the developers. And we decided to start organizing the Mobile Developers Latvia meetup. So the idea was that we can share our knowledge, so we can call other speakers to the event, and we will show how good we are, so what kind of new technologies we use, and that we are on the cutting edge of the development. So come and join us. It will be fun. Also, we decided to start a technical blog. So we started it on Medium, on the blog platform, but right now we think that it maybe wasn't a good idea to start a blog there, because basically they're stealing our traffic from Google. If we would start it on our own website, so we can get a bit more traffic. But yeah, I think that we will move that to our own website. And technical blog also helps to show what kind of technologies we are using, and also about our knowledge, some experiments that we are making. Yeah, and also it helps to structurize everything in your head. And yeah, some developers really like to write blogs. And also we were experimenting with open sourcing. So, and one of our libraries got around 3,000 stars on GitHub, and for I think 2 weeks it was one of the most popular Swift library on GitHub. Yeah, and it's also funny to discover so how many apps are using it, and developers from all around the world, like from Uber and other companies, who are liking this library. So, and last but not least, we are working with juniors and students from the last grade. So that really helps us to grow talents inside the company, because people with fire in the eyes and without a junk in their heads about the bad concepts and bad technologies, so they are quite flexible for the new knowledge, and we are using it. And just after some time, so we have really strong developers. And also we have a connection with the Latvian universities, and we are participating in scholarship that basically helps us to be more profitable, and also to get talents from universities. And at the end of scholarships, we can decide so who we can hire and who not. Let's talk about the marketing activities. So how we are getting the new clients, because it's a really important topic for the agency. So we tried a bunch of different lead generation resources. So we tried different kind of ads, cold calls, sales agents, different websites, partnerships. So yeah, like everything. And some of those worked, some of those no. So for example, Facebook and Google Ads, they didn't work quite well for finding clients. So we found out that Facebook works well when you need to promote, for example, your technical blog or some articles, and also if you want to find a employee. So it's like you can spend money on it inside Facebook. So basically, Facebook doesn't like when you go outside the Facebook. So that's why it's better to promote some posts from your page without a link outside Facebook. For the Google Ads, we spent a couple thousands of euro, and basically it didn't work. So maybe we don't know how to use it properly, but for us, so it didn't bring any valuable clients. So the next one, cold calls and cold emails. We also didn't have any leads from there. So most of the responses were like, oh, that's interesting. So maybe we can work together in the future, but no leads from there. So another one is sales agents. So we had experience with the sales agents as well. So we had one guy whom we hired some time ago. So he sounded really confident. He said that, we can find you so many clients that you will be fully booked for a year. So just without a problem. And so we shared all the materials with him, and he also connected some of his colleagues. But at the end, after half a year, we didn't get any lead from them. So then we decided that nobody can sell better than the founders or the CEO. So yeah, that was the problem. So also maybe that was just the wrong guy, but yeah. The next one, rating and review websites. So these are the websites where outsourced companies can publish information about themselves. They can ask real clients to write a review about services they got from you, and also they are verifying those reviews. And basically, they have a rating between different development companies, like in mobile field, backend, front end, many aspects. And yeah, we got a few rewards from there, like leading mobile development agency in Latvia, in the Baltics, one of best Flutter developer in Europe. But looks like for the leads, it didn't work that well. So we even tried the paid plan there. So basically, when you pay, you can get even higher in the rankings. And as a default, only clients who pay, so they can be visible on the first 3 or 5 pages, depending which category you select. So, and yeah, basically, if you don't spend money, it's quite hard to get high there. Partnership with other agencies. So it worked. It worked well at the beginning. So when you don't have that many clients, so you can help other agencies to build their apps. So, but the downside of this partnership is basically they put your project that you made in their portfolio usually. And for the promotion, you don't get anything. And also, you don't work with the client directly. That's also much harder, as you have somebody in between, and usually it causes more problems. The next one that worked for us, it's product design meetups. So the idea was that we created the meetup, and we were inviting one speaker from the well-known company like Revolut, Bolt, Volt, Prezi, and another speaker from maybe less known but local company from Latvia. So until the pandemic, we made a free meetups, but it helped us to get more exposure between product owners and company owners and designers. As previously, we made all the meetups only for developers. So, but the product design, it's like more like wider theme, wider topic to discuss, and that is more interesting for the wider range of people. And I think that the most important thing and lead generation resource is word of mouth. So we discovered that people, when they want to order an outsource development, for example, in our case, it's a mobile app development, they ask for the recommendation, as it's quite expensive product. So it's not like you buying a toothbrush or a new, I don't know, new iron or TV. So you can just go to the internet, check reviews, and that's it. But in service business, usually people are asking for the recommendation, and only after that they are um, deciding. So for us, it required some time. So the more projects you finish, well. So the more recommendation you get. So you need just time and effort to do that. And in our case, it works really well. And after some time, so it starts to pay off. So the next topic is difficult clients. So they help you grow. So it may sound a bit strange, as usually difficult clients can demotivate team. So we love our clients, so all of our clients, but sometimes we feel that they are not right, or technically not correct, or some other thing, or maybe we don't see the whole picture, and it makes us angry. So the management, and the main thing here, it's not distribute your dissatisfaction with the team. Otherwise, they also will be like demotivated and dissatisfied, and that will cause to bigger problems. That's why you just need to understand that difficult clients for us, it's one of the best learning resources. So because you need to work better to make them happy, to make more adjustments, to make your company more stable. And when you're working with difficult clients, think about the reputation. So you don't have to lose your reputation in any case. So just stay professional and do what you can do. Of course, sometimes there can be failures, but so it all depends on you. So how you taking it. Another thing that we were dreaming of is like making internal startup inside the company. So we were dreaming to become one day product company. So maybe we can like transform the studio to a product company or something like that, because we had a experience with products previously. And the first product we created was for charity, was for Bezvests.lv. So it's an organization that searched for missing people. So, and we created a software for them where they can make a search sessions. So they have an admin panel where they can see the map, and they can see all the trails where the people who participate in search session, where they go. So, and they can also direct people through the search. So it helps like navigate through the map and check all the places when somebody get missing. So it helped us first of all, it helps to save people's lives. The second one, it helped us to experiment with different technologies inside. So it really increased the team spirit, because most of the employees worked on the project. They also spend their free time working on it, testing in fields. So, and it was really interesting, and we were doing like a really good job to make the world a better place. And we received tons of positive feedback. So on the picture is Vyacheslav, and we were visiting Web Summit with the product that was born from the Bezvest.lv platform. So we were trying to convert it to the commercial product, called it To the Rescue. And we wanted to sell it to different organizations like worldwide police, maybe security companies, and some other organizations. And during the Web Summit, we had a lot of positive feedback. So they say, "Oh, you're doing so great job. So it's interesting. Here is my contact. So just write me after the Web Summit." But we got only the positive feedback and no sales at all. So basically, we decided just to put it in support phase and don't develop it more. So, but we're really proud of this product, and we're really proud that it helps people. So the next one is Bukla. So it's a commercial product. So we also experiment with different technologies inside, and we used developers who sit on the bench. So they don't have what to do, so they can do this product. And finally, we extracted it to a separate company, as we understood, and the lesson learned that you should focus on the product or on an agency. So it's a bad idea to focus on both things. So yeah, and that's why we decided to extract it and to create a separate team there, and not to mess with the studio. So for studio, internal projects can work if those projects helps you sell or helps you develop projects for your clients. So maybe they can help in your daily routine. So that's from my point of view. So, but the lesson learned that product, if you want to make a product, so you have to have a separate team, better separate company with its own liabilities. And yeah. So the next topic that was really harmful for us, it was the pandemic, the COVID stuff. And so before the pandemic, so on 2019, so we had 6 new contracts that had to be signed, and it would give us work for, I don't know, for 6 months. So we were fully booked. But within 1 day, out of 6 contracts, all of 6 were postponed for unknown time. So companies were saying, "Oh, we don't know what the COVID brings us, and we don't want to risk. So please postpone the project." So we don't want to cancel it, but we want to postpone it. And so basically, we haven't had a stabilization fund there. So because we were thinking that, okay, so we are fully booked, and we can invest in growing, but not in stabilization fund. Because usually you need to choose, you're growing or you stabilize things. So we decided to grow, and right now we understand that you should balance in the middle. So it led to layoffs and pay cuts. So basically, before the pandemic starts, we were 30 people, and when we started to calculate, so we understood that we had to fire 1/3 of the team. So, and it was a really hard decision for us, and really hard talks with all the guys, because we really liked everyone in the team, and there were no bad employees or who were performing bad. So that's why it's a really hard decision. And we also decreased the salaries for a few months, and we are really grateful for all team for the understanding. But that was the question of survival. And if we didn't do that, so basically we could just close the company. But after a few months, companies were getting back to us, and all of them signed the contract, and most of the employees we got them back. So the main lesson that we learned. So we have to create a stabilization fund. So and that's the main scenario. So it sounds obvious, but for us we were thinking that okay, growing much better because you need to grow, and because bigger company is better than a smaller company. Yeah, but that was a mistake. But during the pandemic, we experimented with the new technologies, and Flutter was one of these technologies. So, and it's really the first cross-platform solution that works, because previously all those cross-platform solutions like React Native, Cordova, and other things, so we didn't believe that it can replace the native apps. But with the Flutter, so it looks really promising, and it can replace, maybe not replace, but it can compete with the native tools and with the performance of the native apps. The second most important thing, that it's easier to sell to the clients, because when you selling native development, so you need to sell twice, iOS and Android. And usually clients don't understand that why they need to pay twice just to make it run on the mobile. So it's just a mobile device. So and Flutter gives that possibility. Of course, some adjustments has to be done there, but it's a good tool to create 95% of all apps. So it's also easier to support as it's a one coding base. So, and like 95% or around that, it can be shared. And for us, it's a good marketing opportunity, as not that many service companies were investing in Flutter. So 2 years ago, but we took that time, and some of our employees were really active in that question. And so our company released like more than 6 products on Flutter. So it's from online banks to some entertainment apps, and these apps works really well. And the team did a really good job, because the performance is great. And where we are now, so right now we have 24 employees. So we developed more than 50 projects during these 5 years. And our company has a new CEO and CTO. So the CEO is Vyacheslav, that I showed you previously on the Web Summit slide, and the CTO is Tairs. And they are doing really well. I think that they're doing even better than we with Alex. And I hope that someday they will also make a presentation, so how they can, how they pick the company on the next level. And so if you ask me for some advices about how to create an agency, so first of all, get the commercial experience. So take time to work in a company as a software developer, or maybe another role, but you need to get used to it. So don't create a company straight from the university, as if you think you know everything, so it's quite easy. The barrier is low to start such a business, so I will just go and find the clients, and then it will be just dissatisfied clients and bad reputation. And we have to fix these kind of projects when clients come to us and showing us this code, but it's absolutely useless. So be ready to take a risk. So entrepreneurship is always a risk. So be prepared that someday there will be a choice to pay salary to your employees or to yourself, and of course you have to pay the salary to your employees and wait to pay yourself as you taking the responsibility. Find the right people. So because the service business is based on people, and the right people will help you grow and will help you to create the company DNA. Focus on agency activities. So as I was previously speaking, so focus on products, on services that are connected to the agency, and that helps agency grow. Share the knowledge. So like meetups, they helped us a lot, and technical blogs, open sourcing. Yes, that will help clients and developers understand that you are a good company whom they can trust, as you are sharing your knowledge and you're not afraid of sharing it. So that means that you're a good company to work with. And create stabilization fund. So yeah, step by step, but start creating it. And work hard on the reputation, as the reputation is the most important thing in this business. So if you don't have a connection, so maybe if you have a lot of connections, so it will help at the beginning, but if you ruin your reputation, your connections will not help you. So thank you a lot for listening me and for having me here. So please ask any questions. We'll be happy to answer it.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Sure.
Good. Good. I will take slides off, right?
Yeah.
But so we are waiting for questions. While we are waiting for questions, I will drop link for feedback. Hopefully, this one is written properly done. Okay, here is first question from Liva. How do you take care of your employees' mental health?
Yeah, Liga, thank you for the question. So it's a really important one. So basically, we are talking to the employees quite often, and we're always repeating. So please, if you have any questions, problems, so don't hesitate to come to us. If you need a break or something, so just take it, because the burnout is a really bad thing, and we had some experience with that when people they just were working and then just stopped. So it doesn't help you. Doesn't help the company, doesn't help you yourself. So that's why we don't like when people stay longer in the office. So because so they can work hard, but usually it's a bad thing. Yeah. So basically, speak with your employees and try to define and try to see if there are any problems, and yeah. So just try to help.
Thank you for your answer. I will show, while we are waiting for next question, I'm just showing a link for feedback. Yes, please give us feedback. I know my personal feedback about Igor's and Edwin's talks. I like them both, but yeah, we need your feedback as well to understand how do you feel about that. Uh, I wanted to also ask you some questions, but since I had burnout and one of the symptoms is issues with memory, then I have it. Okay, Dimitris is asking, Describe your work-life balance having 2 kids and 2 businesses.
It's a really tough question. Thank you, Dmitris. So basically, you have to balance, but it's really hard because when you're spending time with your family, you're just thinking, oh, I'm spending less time working, so maybe I can do a good thing there. So, but when you're spending time at work, and when you, for example, sit at till late, so then you're thinking, oh, my kids are growing without me, and yeah, my wife is just also handles it just alone. And yeah, trying to spend all my evenings and weekends with the family. So trying not to work on weekends right now. And yeah, so and for example, if I have the possibility to sit with the kids, for example, during the day, then and to do something interesting, then I can work, for example, in the evening. So to like cover these hours, but also the time was spent with the kids and they are happy. But it's really hard, yeah, for the for the entrepreneurship and for I think for everybody it's really hard, especially when kids are small. So when they are getting older, so it's a bit easier. For example, my son Platon, he has 5 years old, and yeah, so it's easier with him because you can just discuss with him. But yeah, the daughter, so Elizabeth, she's just 4 months old, and here it's quite hard to understand what she wants, but she sleeps well. That's the main case. Then yeah, at least you should have a good sleep at night. That's the main important thing.
Maybe you have to speak Spanish with Elizabeth, and that's the thing. That's
Yeah, I think that maybe she will be the first person who will speak Spanish in our family. So she will go to kindergarten. Yeah. But maybe Platon, he already started
Yeah.
to go to the kindergarten.
I switched to Alexei's question. How did you make the decision who to fire from company when COVID came?
Yeah, thank you, Alexei, for a question. So basically, we were checking the workload and the projects where people were working. For example, if the people were available, so they were not working on any projects, so then we couldn't find the new project for them, and we decided it like that. It wasn't connected with skills, but it's more like the workload, because other people, they were working on ongoing projects, and yeah, those people just didn't. And there were really high qualified developers and QA engineers, but we are really happy that we got back most of them just after a few months. So yeah.
I also have 2 kids, so they wanted my attention.
How old are they?
11 and 12.
Oh.
So they know very well how to get my attention. Just how to start to shout on each other and the usual stuff. Try to kill each other, and then they know that they will get my attention.
Great.
So yeah, just waiting for a bit longer, maybe some more questions. So you are now in Spain. So as I understood, you are not really dealing anymore with Chile Labs. You are focusing on Buchla now, right?
Yeah. I'm focusing on Buchla. So I'm on the management board in Chile, but yeah, Vyacheslav and Tyre, so they are like handling everything, and yeah, they're doing it really well.
Okay, we have a question here by Oscars. What are the tricky places or gotchas where Flutter falls behind native apps? Any cases where Flutter didn't cut it?
Well, yeah, thank you, Oscar, for the question. So usually it's really like there's native things when you need to access the hardware, or you need to access new features. For example, there is a new release and the new features are released. But the good thing with Flutter is that you can implement just small parts natively. For example, a new functionality that is not handled by Flutter, you can implement it on iOS and Android. And you can even create your library and open source it, where you can create this implementation and open it to Flutter community. But yeah, I think developers can tell a bit more about it. But yeah, as I know, just this thing. And Flutter also supports web, and I think it's also a good thing. So right now it looks a bit odd. It's like an app which is running in browser. So, and it has some performance issues, but I'm sure it will be fixed, and it will be a completely cross-platform tool. I know that they are also doing the Internet of Things. So yeah, it can be a great cross-platform tool for all the platforms. So yeah, if you can, you invest time in Flutter, so at least to get used to it, so how it works, and yeah, be on the cutting edge.
Okay, Daria.
Yeah. So Daria is our Android and Flutter developer in Chile. Yeah, and yeah. So they're announcing stable version for Windows too. So more and more platforms are covered. It's great.
Okay, Alexander is asking. Before I read Alexander's question, so if anybody has any question, please write it down now. Otherwise, if there gets long silence after this one, maybe then we will just finish tonight. So Alexander's question is, how did you come up with the idea to make Bukla? Was it some client's request or another internal project converted?
At the beginning, this was more like a client request, and we made this app together. So like we made the development, and they supposed to do the marketing. And yeah, but later on, the part of one founder was bought by our friend and investor, and the other guy works right now in Bukla, and basically the ideas transformed drastically. So basically there was nothing left from the initial request, so as it was completely redone. But yeah, the basic idea just went from one request, and yeah.
How is it now, right now with Bukla for you? Is it like what's the right word?
Sustainable.
Yes.
No, it's not self-sustainable yet. So as yeah, we believe Latvian market is too small to make it self-sustainable, and yeah, it's quite hard to get more clients in Latvia. So that's why we're launching Spanish market, and we believe that this kind of product, so we just needs investment at the beginning, so to become self-sufficient, as you need to get to invade more and more territories, and yet to compete with other platforms. So yeah, we are working on it, but yeah, it's quite hard.
Are you going? So, but how did you choose Spain? It's just logical decision, or you already got some clients there, and that's why you decided to pursue it?
No, I just made the research. We were looking for the big market, so we did check the population. Also, we checked how many service companies are there, and also how many booking platforms are working on the territory. And we found Spain can be a good fit for us. And yeah, so just decided to choose this market and to give it a try. Because before that, we tried different markets, but like from Latvia. So we were touching the markets like with different Google ads and with direct sales and cold calls. But we found out that the best idea is to launch an office locally and to start selling here with local sales and to adapt the product and the localization. So with the help of local people, because on the destination you can't basically see how it should work, and you can't persuade people, local businesses, if you are in Latvia. So if you're working with the local businesses, you should be local as well. So I just checked the experience, how Bolt, and these kind of companies launching the new markets. So they are launching offices, and that's the only way how it works. And we also try different way, but maybe at some point it can work when a lot of people and a lot of companies knows you, so that you can just getting new clients on word of mouth or about your branding. But at the beginning, yeah, it's just one-to-one sales.
So how do you feel about your my last question, probably last tonight? How do you feel about your decision to start Chili Labs? Are you happy for that, or regret, or?
Yeah, I'm really happy with that, because otherwise I would feel like I didn't try myself in something more competitive. And when you're working in the company and you're just thinking, oh, I would do that better. So yeah, these kind of thoughts, it's just eating you from the inside. And yeah, sometimes so during some situation you were just sitting and regretting. So when you don't have money, for example, to pay salary yourself, or other situations, so when you need to fire people, so, and it's really hard to do that. So then, yeah, so you just think, oh, would be easier just to delegate this problem up to somebody, and that's it. Yeah, but yeah, I really like the result, and I really like where the company goes and how the team is going. So yeah, how the team is developed, and so which people are working in the company. So it's really great.
I have one more question, and then we switch to Martin's question. My question is, how do you have suggestion how to understand what kind of people do you need, and also suggestion how to find those people? I mean teammates.
Teammates. So it's not that simple question. So we have a couple of interviews with developers. So in which team the person will work, and also with the management. And usually, so when we hire the wrong person, it somehow the person leaves the company at just one point, and we just feeling that, oh yeah, otherwise we had to fire him, but he decided to leave the company himself or herself. So it's like a company, and the company just pushing out the like wrong people who doesn't fit. So it's not like something wrong with them, but they just don't fit this company. They might fit better to other company. And And yeah, the best developer or designer, so it's who underestimates himself or herself. So just like, no, I'm a superstar, so yeah, I know better how to do that. Yeah, so we just try not to work with superstars, as it costs much more. So as we see, the real superstars are developers who underestimate themselves, and yeah, they just don't believe a bit in themselves. But these are really good ones, and it's much easier to communicate with them, and the results are much higher. And yeah, we also try to reward these kind of things. Yeah, it's from personal experience.
Thank you. Okay, I would say last question tonight from Martin Shell. How do you see the situation on mobile app market right now? Is there more demand for apps than pre-COVID? I'm drawing some parallels with e-commerce where every little shop understood that an e-store is needed.
Yeah, Martin, thanks a lot for this question. Yeah, right now there are a lot of these different constructor websites where you can build an app for your business or whatever. And when clients come, so we usually telling them if they need app or not, even if they want to pay, but we believe that they don't need an app. So we just saying you don't need an app. So just make a mobile version or mobile website. If the person will not use the app at least once a week or a few times a month, so it's not worth doing the mobile app. So it's like you're just taking money for the project that fails. We will fail for sure. So that's why we're trying to persuade clients that if they need app or not. So that's why for your project or for the client's project, you just need to decide if people will use it on the usual basis. So that's the answer. Do you need an app or not? It's not like, oh, the mobile app will work for marketing and for other things. People will not download it. So the space on the first two screens are limited, and your app will not be there if they will not use it quite often. So that's why it's just waste of money.
Okay, Igor, thank you very much. I'm showing one more last time link for feedback for your talk. Please, nice people, be nice, give us feedback. And so yeah, thank you very much for sharing. Sorry?
Yeah, please give feedback. Yeah, it's really appreciated.
Yeah, and thank you very much for finding time and taking it from kids and from job.
Yeah, we'll go home. Yeah, they are waiting. But thank you for having me here. Yeah, so it's always a pleasure to participate in DevLab. Yeah, thank you, Edgars, for organizing it, even during this COVID thing, as we just postponed our meetups because of the COVID. But yeah, you are still live. That's great. Awesome.
Thank you. So we have to figure out how I deliver you present, or maybe you will be in Latvia in I don't know in a month.
I'll be in February. Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of February. Yeah.
Then we will manage. Okay. Here are claps from Daria and Vyacheslav and Dmitris and hopefully some more. Yeah, and Julia. So and Martinch, and that's nice.
Yeah,
Actually,
thank you, guys.
That's very nice, guys, that you're interacting with us. That gives some sense of doing something valuable. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Igor. Thank you, everyone who listened, and see you next time.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Bye. Have a good evening.